Kentucky Afield. Every week, Kentucky Afield brings you features on hunting and fishing across the state.
What a nice fish.
It's an opportunity to hopefully get that bird in the lake.
Hey, we got another one over here.
There he is. Ooh, a nice one too. Boy, he's healthy.
What do we got? That was awesome. Got the first belt. Barely made it out of the field.
Got one big smallmouth.
Very nice.
Double point, they're in there. There they go.
Look at that joker. Woo!
That's a good one there. Look at that. Beautiful. Whoa, this is a good one.
That's better than good, Chad.
Hello and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. This week, we're going to head out and check on the turkey poult survival rate here in Kentucky. Then we're going to hit the field with a game warden as he does a dove field check. But first, we're going to jump in a jet boat and hit the Cumberland River in search of trout. Well, today I'm out doing one of my absolute all-time favorite summertime activities, and that is floating the Cumberland River. I'm out here with Micah Smith. Micah, this is something you spend a lot of time doing, isn't it?
Yeah, this is actually my fourth day in a row out here. I love getting out here on this river, middle of summer. You know, the temperatures are hot, but the water's cold and the fish bite all the time down here.
What type of species do you tend to catch?
You can catch it all down here. I mean, you're talking 4 different species of trout: smallmouth, largemouth, Kentucky bass, striper, white bass, walleye, sawgass, sauger, sturgeon, paddlefish. You know, the list goes on and on. There's endless possibilities down here. You never know what you're going to get into.
Water conditions are ideal. When? Tell me with the ideal water conditions.
I like to get down here and fish when the water's as low as it can be. No generators, or if possible, 1 generator is really good. Today we're actually fishing with the sluice gate on. That's actually really good. The water stays cold and the fish just stay active all the time down here.
Trout predominantly, what we're going to be looking for today. You can catch trout on fly rods, but you can also use spinning or any other type of tackle you'd like to use as well, or as far as rod and reels,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, you can catch trout a lot of different ways down here. You can come down here and catch trout on night crawlers, power bait, rooster tails, and then what we're doing today, which is these marabou jigs, and I've really enjoyed using down here for them.
Trout are pretty hard fighting fish. People who haven't trout fished don't realize that you get a 20-inch trout on a light or an ultralight rod, wow, you're in for it.
Oh yeah. We'll head on down, fish some little bit better stuff.
Oh, there's one. Looks like it's a rainbow, huh?
It's a rainbow. Hopefully we can find some big ones.
Well, you know what though? That was it's a good start.
Yeah, good start.
Oh, you got one. That's a little better fish. Nice.
It's just a little guy, probably a 10-inch rainbow. And he's off.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Looky there. What a beautiful fish. Got a brown trout here. First one of those of the day. Look how pretty. Man, they want this bait right on the bottom, and it just spiraled down there, and he popped it. What percentage of browns to rainbows do you catch?
I would say if I catch 20 fish, I would say 15 of them are rainbows.
25%. That's our first one today.
It's a nice one. Oh, there's one.
Got him?
Yep.
There you go. Pretty rainbow. That might be the biggest rainbow of the day so far. What do you think you got there? 13, 14?
Yeah, 13, 14-inch fish probably.
How old do you think a fish like that is down here?
I'd say this fish was put in here.
Right now? I'd say it's put in there right now.
He's in there now.
Oh, Oh, what do you think though? 2 or 3 year old fish?
Yeah, maybe. I think I might go with something, a darker color. I don't know why I'm changing really. I just caught a fish.
Here we go.
Hooked up.
Saw him eat it.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Nice one.
I saw him come up there and just inhale that bait, but that time I waited till I felt him before I set the hook.
Yeah.
That's probably, what do you think, 16, 17 inches or better?
Yep, that's a nice fish right there.
Nice hard fighting fish. We're putting it right back in the water.
Yep, catch and release, he's gonna go right away, and he's gone. There it is, there it is.
Oh, that's a great fish. Wow, that's a great fish. Let me get the net here. That there would maybe snap that 4 pound line
Oh
you
yeah,
got there.
yeah. That's
a great fish. There you go.
all right.
Nice job, Micah.
He came up and chased after it. I just let my jig fall back down, and I couldn't see the jig anymore, and I, gave it a twitch, and he was there.
Nice.
So it's a really nice fish.
There you go, sight fishing trout on the Cumberland River.
Sight fishing. Looks like he's got a little battle mark there, maybe from a blue hand.
Yeah,
But
probably so.
he's in good shape. We'll let him go.
Micah, earlier you made a comment that really rings true, and that is, every time I've been through here fly fishing, you're either pulling a fly, kind of dead drifting a fly, or you're streamer fishing. And this is kind of similar to streamer fishing with a spinning rod.
Yeah, it's the same kind of concept. I mean, you're catching these fish, these active fish that want to come up and chase bait. That's kind of what we're targeting.
It works pretty well. This here's the kind of spot we've been catching fish. Like these little areas where there's some dark spots, they've been kind of hiding down in there.
Yeah, they get behind these rocks and they hide. There's definitely certain sections where it seems like they hold more fish. The shallower sections with the faster moving water seem to be pretty popular spots for them.
Force it too much. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Get a little aerial show there.
Nice one. Got it.
Oh, there you go. They like to lay in there in those trees just like bass, don't they?
Yep, they like the cover.
That fish came by and swiped and missed. I picked it up, he swiped and missed again, dropped it back down. Lunchtime. Got him?
Yep.
Oh, look at this, we're doubled up.
Doubled up.
Oh, it doesn't get any better than this. You want a net, or are you good?
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good. Looky there.
Nice one.
Catching them 2 at a time.
2 different patterns too to these fish. That fish that you have doesn't seem like it has as many spots as mine has.
Oh, wow. 2 really fun fish to catch and 2 very healthy trout. There they go. It won't be long, we'll be sitting in a deer stand. Deer season will be here in September. Feels a mile away in 90-degree heat, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, there's a pretty historic site there on the Cumberland River, huh?
Yeah, that's a really neat feature there, the rock house. A lot of people drive down here and just check it out, but it's pretty neat seeing it from the river.
Oh, yeah.
Got
Oh,
one, Chad.
there you
nice
go.
One.
Oh,
a
that's
nice
a
one.
great
Nice
fish.
One. Nice one.
Well, I do think that might be the biggest fish of the day so far.
Yeah, it's a good one. He's going back in.
Here we go.
Oh, nice one, Chad.
Man, I'll tell you what, there's a million ways to catch a trout. But today, with a spinning rod, which almost every angler has a spinning rod, and a little 3/32 ounce jig, this is a technique and a method that any bass fisherman, any panfish fisherman could come replicate and do this.
Absolutely.
And man, has it been a blast. All right, buddy, I'm letting you go. I'm letting you go. To get a good estimate of how many turkeys we have here in the state of Kentucky, you have to have an idea on how many turkey poults survive each year. And for that, you need to hit the field for some research.
So we're gonna do a brood check on one of my hens. Her poults should be 23 days old, which means we expect them to be roosting in a tree or a low limb. But yeah, we're gonna go see if she has some poults. I am hooked on turkeys, like so much of the rest of the world. I went on a turkey hunt, and that's really the beginning and end of the story. I was hooked, I loved it, and then had an opportunity to do a research project with turkeys. I was a research technician for wild turkeys in Missouri, and then in Tennessee. Had an opportunity to do my master's degree at the University of Georgia with wild turkeys. That eventually led me here for my PhD. So this project specifically is looking at reproductive vital rates of wild turkeys. So that includes survival, nesting, brood rearing, and habitat selection. So year to date, we have trapped 246 wild turkeys. We've put out 246 GPS transmitters, and so far we've collected 1.39 million GPS data points. This is a directional antenna. This is what we use to do most of our tracking. And we were tracking the GPS collar of our wild turkey. These GPS collars are radio transmitters, and what that allows us to do is use a live beacon to track the physical location of the bird. We use all of that information to look at survival of the hen, survival of the nest, survival of the brood, and that's the kind of data that we will use to inform the state, give them some information about their population here in Western Kentucky. There's a strip of trees. We're expecting her to be roosted in there. And so what we'll do is we're gonna try to find an angle to see her on the limb this morning. And what we're looking for is poults. We're gonna have this forward-looking infrared to help us with that. We'll be able to see her heat signature. In theory, it's really foggy and humid out today, so it might not work super great. We're gonna stay as far away from her as we can. This is gonna help us do that. So there's 2 hens in this tree here and 1 in the tree next to her. She can see us, she knows we're here already. We're checking to see if she has poults. If she does, they're underneath her right now. 1 just switched trees. All right, that was a poult. There's at least 1. We've got 2 birds right on top of each other. They're starting to move around a lot. Looks like they're trying to get themselves situated. There goes 1. There's a poult and a hen in a tree, and a poult that's somewhere in a shrub to the right. There's a poult just to the right of the hen. And I've got at least 3 poults. Yeah, okay, 4 poults. Oh, there she goes. Whoa. 1, 2, 3, 4 poults. Poults are still in the tree. Our hen flew down. There's 7, I think. Oh, they're flying down. It's nice to see. I'm just gonna kind of let them settle down before we get up and move. Her nest was right in front of us. I don't know if you can see those saplings that are between us and those trees, but her nest was right there underneath that. There they go. So that was a successful brood check. We had 2 hens and what we think are 7 poults. So at the very least, that's 3 poults per hen, which is great. And we'll mark that on her sheet when we get back to the office and see her again in another week for her final brood check. So we're at Peabody Wildlife Management Area, and this is the habitat that's very typical of this area. We've got a lot of open herbaceous communities, open grasslands, and some larger hardwood tracts. So most of our broods are using old disc blocks, fire breaks, anything that can keep that understory, that ground layer open. So we also check our broods every single day, even though we're not doing a early morning counting poults. We kind of expect them to be in the same general vicinity every day. I just took 2 angles with the telemetry from a point along the road here and a point along the road here. All we're looking for, again, is that she's kind of just staying in the same area, doing the same thing every day. If she would have taken off and, you know, crossed a major highway or crossed a major water body with poults that are only 3.5 weeks old, then I'd be concerned, and then I'd be brood checking her early in the morning tomorrow. But I'm not concerned. I am pretty happy with her, and hopefully we'll get her last brood check here soon. This year we have currently 24 broods going. I don't have enough manpower and staff to do all of the early morning brood checks in a timely manner, so we also use game cameras, cell cams, to help us do our brood checks. So we deploy those in areas that the broods are using, and we can capture the timestamp on the camera and match that with the timestamp on their GPS collar to confirm whether or not they have poults still. So we are about to do a nest check. We know, based on the GPS data, where this hen should be. So if that hen is out here and I am down here, I know roughly what angle that hen should be at. I should be able to hear that bird if I point my antenna at her. I also can pick her up, you know, kind of in this general pie wedge, we'll call it. And so I've recorded these angles. If I can pick her up anywhere between 20 and 40 degrees on my compass, then we'll go ahead and mark her as still nesting and still incubating. Today is her hatch date though, so hopefully if she's not up this morning, she'll be up this afternoon and we might get to actually go recover it. So she is up. But if she did hatch this morning, she probably is either in the process of hatching still or freshly hatched. I want to give her another couple hours to move away from her nest. We'll back around to her here in a few hours. So we are about to go in and do a nest recovery. All we know right now is that this hen terminated her nest. She should be still incubating. She should have been on for another week and a half, but she left yesterday. It looks like she left yesterday morning, according to her GPS data. So now we're going to go in and see what the cause of termination was, whether it was predated or abandoned. We expect about 60 to 80% of our nests to fail. It's unfortunate, but because we have this daily check-in with our nesting hens, we're able to get out and determine why it was terminated. So we can tell, okay, well, was it a predator? Was it abandoned? Did it get mowed? Having this fine resolution, like GPS data, is so valuable because we can really accurately say, this is why the nest failed. Field snacks. Right here we have the nest bowl, and then what we can see here looks like a lot of breast and back feathers. Something probably took a dig at this hen while she was on the nest. Like I said, she failed early in the morning according to her GPS, so it probably gave her a little bit of a surprise. Swiped at her, she got away. We do know that she's happy and healthy. She's about 1.5 miles south of here right now, hanging out with a couple other hens that did not nest. So it might look ugly, but she's okay. She doesn't feel sorry for herself. She doesn't have time. I'll document some photos for our archives, and we'll also collect eggs for genetic sampling. And we'll also take a closer look at the indentation to see what kind of mesocarnivore may have taken a dig at her in this nest. All right, so we're heading back right now to go recheck the hen we checked on this morning. She was up this morning, so we're gonna see if she's still up and off her nest. If she's up, then we'll go check out her nest and see if it hatched. So 31 degrees. Which means she is right on her nest. Just means that she's back on incubating or she's back on supervising the hatching process. I'm not sure. We'll go ahead and we'll download her data, make sure that she is indeed incubating and isn't just behind her nest with her brood. So we'll check in on her and confirm with the house. Okay, so if she were up and moving, it would take a GPS point every 15 minutes. She is not up and moving. She's taking hourly fixed points, which means that she's sitting still and incubating, which isn't a bad thing. I'll let her take an extra day. So we'll try again tomorrow. All this data that we're collecting is going to go back to the state, so that way they can inform their management decisions and their harvest regulations, but it's also going to contribute to the larger body of literature on wild turkeys, so that way we can start really painting a picture of how this bird's doing across the landscape. And that's across the entire United States, not just here in Kentucky.
The opening day to Kentucky's dove season is just over a week away, and here's a few things you might need to know before hitting the field.
So today we're in Grant County. We're going to be going to Curtis Gates Lloyd, WMA, the public dove field, check some hunters, make sure everybody's in compliance. Shouldn't be any real big issues up here today. Opening day of dove season, so hopefully there's plenty of birds for people to shoot at. We'll see what happens. It's important to patrol dove fields because of the sheer amount of people that can be on a public field. They can be very crowded. It's always good to have eyes on a public field. How we doing, gentlemen? When checking a dove field, we want to make sure that everybody has a hunting license first and foremost, along with their migratory bird permit. The migratory bird survey, the HIP survey, is also required, so we check to make sure that everybody has that number, which shows that they filled out the survey, which all those numbers go into data for the department, along with any federal programs for migratory birds. Yeah, so you've got the migratory bird permit, but you also have to have a hunting license. There's one gentleman who had his migratory bird permit but had not purchased a hunting license. He received a citation for hunting without a license. Not only are we looking for compliance with the regulations, making sure everybody has licenses and permits, but also we want to address any safety issues that might be out there, making sure people aren't shooting low birds, make sure that people aren't set up in areas that they're not supposed to be set up to where they can shoot across the road or have any shots rain down on a passing car or anything like that. If you would happen to damage someone else's vehicle other than yours, you could be held liable to pay for those damages. Just something to keep in mind though. Care if I check your gun real quick? You loaded?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Whenever I'm checking somebody's shotgun, I always ask them first if it's loaded. Sometimes they'll unload it when they see you walking up to them. I'll unload that gun, making sure that it's always pointed in a safe direction, and then just going through the process of checking the magazine to see if it's plugged or not. All right, bud, you good to go?
One in the chamber?
Yep. You got your license handy real quick?
Yeah, I have a screenshot of it.
That works. You got the migratory bird permit, so you need two things. You need a hunting license, and then you need the migratory bird permit as well. Let me check your gun real quick, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So your tube right here that holds your shells, it has to be plugged. To hunt with a shotgun, the gun cannot be capable of holding more than 3 shells, so that's gonna be 2 shells in the tube. So if I can fit 3 shells in here, that means it's not plugged. So it doesn't have a plug in it. Another situation where he didn't have a license. He had his migratory bird permit and his HIP survey. And then he also did not have a plugged shotgun. His shotgun was capable of holding more than 3 shells. Anytime we come across a violation, we try to do a little bit of education on it as well. Make sure that everybody knows what the rules and the regulations are and get them squared away as best as we can before we send them back out in the field. Good afternoon. Officer Sorrell, Fish and Wildlife. We had any luck yet? The vast majority of people that we come into contact are compliant. They have everything that's required, hunting license, permits. Every once in a while you'll find somebody that may have forgotten something, but majority of the people are happy to see us. When we're out on the field, it keeps everybody honest. It shows them that we're out there doing our job and enforcing those rules and regulations that everybody's supposed to follow. Have we had any luck? One? All in all, today went pretty well. It was a little slow as far as opening day goes, but the weather's been really good. Most people out there have had some shots at birds. There were a few issues that we had to address with citations, but no major egregious violations. Perfect. Hopefully that trend will continue, and hopefully just a successful dove season. All right, man, you got everything. I appreciate it.
All right, no problem. You guys have a good one.
You too. Good luck.
Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Here we have Caleb Orshaw, who came to Kentucky from Williamsport, PA to fish Taylorsville Lake and catch these hybrids. Nice job. Here we have Paisley Joe with a channel catfish that she caught at Minor Clark Fish Hatchery during the annual fishing derby. Congratulations. Here we have Kenji Ishmael with a catfish that he caught while fishing at Jacobson Park. Here we have Natalie Rice with a few rainbow trout that she caught while fishing below Wolf Creek Dam. Rebecca and Delaney England hit the Ohio River near Maysville, Kentucky and caught this beautiful spotted bass. Nice job. Hagen Taylor went to Green River in search of smallmouth, but instead caught this huge drum. Shannon and Eden Smith went night fishing on Nolan Lake and caught this beautiful white bass. Nice job. 11-year-old Peyton Nance went down to Whitley County, Kentucky and caught this beautiful largemouth bass while fishing in his grandparents' farm pond. Check out this near 50-pound blue catfish that was caught by Dustin Herman while jug fishing on Barren River Lake. The kids have gone back to school and summer is winding down. Now's the time to get ready for our fall hunting seasons here in Kentucky. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.